First on the Gulf Coast, breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Live starts now.
American passengers evacuated from a virus-stricken cruise ship are now being monitored on U.S. soil. More than a dozen Americans arrived in Nebraska this morning after being evacuated from the MV Hondius. 2 others are being monitored in Atlanta. The Department of Health and Human Services says 2 passengers, one who tested positive and another with mild symptoms, were transported in bio units on the flight back from the Canary Islands. Experts believe the initial infection happened in Argentina in early April, likely from rodent exposure during a bird watching tour. The virus can present like the flu with fever, muscle aches, and fatigue, but carries a mortality rate of 35 to 40%. 3 passengers have died. Public health officials say the risk to the general public still remains low. Welcome into Fox 10 Live. It's 3:01 on your Monday. Hopefully you're having a great start to your week. Of course, hantavirus is something we continue to talk about and will continue to follow as well. We have more stories right now, so let's get back to it. President Trump is heading to China this week with unfinished business in the Middle East hanging over the trip. Iran's latest peace proposal has been rejected after it failed to include any commitment to end its nuclear program or hand over enriched uranium. 2 key U.S. demands. The U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports remains in place, and the White House is now considering suspending the federal gas tax as prices at the pump keep climbing. Trump is expected to ask China's president to pressure Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, but analysts warn that kind of help from China will not come without a cost. Today marks the start of National Police Week, first established by President John F. Kennedy in 1962 and observed every May since. This week honors the men and women who wear the badge every day and remember those who never came home. Thursday, May 15th, is Peace Officers Memorial Day, a solemn day of remembrance for officers who gave their lives in the line of duty. In Washington, the week brings candlelight vigils, memorial services, and a push for safety-related legislation on Capitol Hill. The observance is also being felt right here on the Gulf Coast. Our Dacian Smith has a preview of that story.
Today officially starts National Police Week, and earlier this morning, the Escambia County Sheriff's Office their annual memorial service to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Now, this wall that you see behind me has the names of every man and 2 K-9 officers who have died in the line of duty. Several members of the community, as well as some of the family members of those whose names are on this wall, were here earlier this morning to take part in the ceremony by placing a rose near the name of their loved one. There's a new name on this wall this year in Deputy Jeremy Cassidy, who died last year from injuries he suffered while being shot in the line of duty back in 2010. His family making their way here, they were understandably very emotional. Coming up at 5, you'll hear from Escambia County Sheriff Chip Simmons, as well as some of the family members, about what this day means to them.
At 3:03, let's get a look at your forecast here on the Fox 10 weather app. You do see that we have our rain chance video out there summarizing the whole deal going on with the rain chances today, really tonight, with the low end flash flood potential. Again, severe risk and flash flood risk is not really something that we're super concerned about, but we could have some very heavy rain, so just kind of stress that point there. You also have live radar available on the app, and we're watching this stuff developing across the area now, and you can see that we have your full forecast available on the app if you scroll down. So a lot to take a look at. Let's go ahead and take a look outside right now and get a look at the satellite radar picture. And what you can see, definitely that batch of rain is off to our south right now. This is just the satellite and radar. And a couple things that I want you to notice. First of all, the motion of the rain that is off to our south. It is slowly moving up towards the coast. So that's part 1. And then part 2, watch this as we go over the past few hours, the development that happens essentially along this boundary right here from west to east. You see they start to pop up, these little rain showers. You're noticing that this is also starting to fill in as it moves off to the east. So there's a couple disturbances in the upper levels of the atmosphere that are working together to kind of make this happen. One down here, the one that's trailing behind a little bit. And it's interesting to watch all those showers start to develop. For us locally, we had one shower that developed kind of near Beatrice earlier today. And right now we have one shower that is going on here near Leakesville. It's actually just right on top of Leakesville. a little heavy downpour. Some of these that produce lightning, these are not producing lightning right now. When the storms were off to our south, they're keeping track of this batch of rain. That was actually producing a decent amount of lightning. And again, we said the possibility of rumbles of thunder near the coast today. So here we go, 5 o'clock. Model doing a very good job at saying, okay, that moves up, and then we get more development along Interstate 10 of showers and maybe some thunderstorms here. By 7 o'clock, we have light rain going on for our coastal zones, Jackson, George, Mobile, Baldwin counties. And then everything just kind of fills in here. Here's 10 o'clock, and we have a decent amount of rain going on, and even some heavier rain possible near the coast. Again, you're probably going to hear some rumbles of thunder overnight tonight. Here's midnight tonight, and you can see where that rain is located right along the coast. Things start to break up in the morning, and we're sitting here at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we have coastal rain showers going on, even less by 7, and that's just going to continue getting less. Very, very small area of a marginal risk of severe storms today. Really not something we're concerned about. However, we are going to keep an eye if we get a lot of rain in these areas and we get high rainfall rates, could see some ponding on the road. So just keep that in mind. Here's what the HRRR forecast model, high res, says about rainfall. And you can see some really impressive numbers near the coast. So we could see some locally high amounts of rainfall. Get ready. If you are near the coast, you have a decent chance at rain tonight.
It was a nice weekend because you got a little bit of both.
Yes. Saturday
showers, Sunday morning showers, and then beautiful sunny skies.
Yes. Now, that Sunday forecast was kind of crazy because it was all week we were thinking like, I remember putting the forecast packages together early in the week and I was like, gosh, Sunday looks wet. Yeah. Sunday looks real wet. And then the day of, all the models shifted and we get that nice Sunday. I mean, it was gorgeous out there. Interesting things to see.
That's right. And you guys sent us pictures of those interesting things. So let's talk about it for your story. This is Laurie Schneider's severe storm that brought hail to Alberta Foley last week.
Yes, and this was as the storm moved in. Don't ask me what day this one was. It is all a blur now. It was a really, really busy period for us over the past. This is Thursday. Okay, so this is a Thursday round. And so this was a thunderstorm. It was this thunderstorm complex that produced a tornado in Mobile County last week on Thursday morning. Then it rolled across the bay. Then it went over to Baldwin County. And it packed a punch, and there was hail that happened in Fairhope, Alberta, Somerdale. Saw some impressive hail there, so really interesting. But great photo there. Thank you for sending that one in. This up next, Misty Vicks. Now we're going to the pet photos here. This is Willow and Phoebe sunbathing here.
Oh, Willow and Phoebe taking a nice little soak in that sun and finally getting some sun after a good bouts of rain, which we needed.
Yes.
But that sun's nice, and that's kind of what we did Sunday afternoon after the rain cleared.
I think everybody did.
Just got outside. It wasn't super hot.
Yeah. Well,
it was warm.
I was talking with Ashlyn earlier, and she was saying, like, because she was outside all day, she said after a point, like it was a bit much, and that's how it is down here. But it really was enjoyable. So great photo there. Thank you for sending this one in. Carrie seriously setting this one in, of course. Pluto says, go big or go home with the stick.
Oh, that stick is as big as he is, or longer. It's definitely longer than he is. Oh, little dots in there, it looks like. How cute, getting some little prints in the sand.
Is that fog?
It kind of looks like it, or is it the water when it's been rainy? Maybe a rainy day.
What we're looking at.
That is such a cute picture. We call them weenie dogs. We had a long-haired Dotson weenie dog growing up. And so, those are one of my favorite breeds. They're so cute, too.
Yes.
Carrie, thank you for sending that one in. Cameo Ringer has the next one. It's also a cute pup. This is Ruby, just enjoying life. The dog days of summer are almost here. And it looks like Ruby's getting an early start to that.
Yeah, speaking of dog days of summer, you're actually right. That is coming soon. Got the towel in the seat, it looks like, on passenger side there.
Probably to keep all that slobber out.
Yeah, no, it's a lot to deal with. Good photos, though. Mary Margaret Wells, Daisy, and a mini Aussie Doodle. So she is a mini Aussie Doodle, and she loves to play outside and watch Fox 10 News, see the pups every day.
Okay, we love our fans that are the four-legged kind.
Yes, Aussie Doodle.
Aussie Doodle, yeah. Aussie Doodle, Aussie. Yeah. It's like I don't know. I won't even try. I was going to try to.
Doodles
Yeah,
that's a
type
mix.
of doodle.
Yes.
So
Cool.
cute. Look at all the hair and look at the bows.
Yes, the bows of the thing.
She's made up.
It's got dark around her eyes too, so it's
Like
cute.
she has little
And tiny.
sunglasses.
It's a small dog.
We love all the pet pictures. Thank you for sending those in. Keep doing so. Keep sending in your weather pictures. Keep sending in pictures of really anything cool if you're on vacation this summer. Maybe you're with all the kids on Mother's Day, even some Mother's Day pictures from yesterday. Send those in and we might show them this week.
Yes, you can send them in on the Fox 10 weather app, and if you want, you can send them in on social media as well. We actually got a decent amount from social media during the active weather, which was good. Also send it to us via email. We have email, so you can send them in that way too. It's an easy process.
Yep, we love your pictures and we'll keep showing them throughout the week right here on Fox 10 Live. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with more news. And yeah, that's the live look outside right now. It looks a little overcast from this shot.
We're getting there.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Live.
Welcome back in. As we mentioned earlier, President Trump says he wants to suspend a federal gas tax to help offset rising fuel costs tied to the war with Iran.
The president made comments to reporters today. Any suspension would require an act of Congress, but several Democratic lawmakers have already introduced bills to pause or lower the tax.
The federal gas tax currently sits at 18.4 cents per gallon of gas and 24.4 cents per gallon of diesel.
As of today, AAA estimates nationwide average for a gallon of regular gas at $4.52.
We're not seeing quite that high in parts of our area, of course, but yeah, they are very high. I think that most everyone would agree that would hopefully help what's going on, help everybody's pocketbooks.
We were just chit-chatting about this and our endeavors in
Yeah.
getting gas. It's become an endeavor. And
It is,
for
trying to find the
some people,
cheapest.
It's becoming a scavenger hunt as well. So you got to hunt for the good gas, I guess.
Yeah, you got to save up where you can, and if you find the cheapest gas, go there. All right, want to keep that weight off after dieting?
Researchers say 8,500 steps a day may be the key.
8,500, okay. A new study looked at nearly 4,000 people across multiple weight loss trials. Those who hit 8,500 steps daily and kept it up lost about 9 pounds over 8 months and maintained most of that weight loss in the following 10 months.
For those who didn't follow a structured plan, averaged around 7,400 steps a day and didn't lose any weight at all.
So you can't do 70 whatever, it's got to be 84, 8,500.
This is an interesting stat.
Okay.
But I do know that walking is good.
It is good for you.
Yes.
And yeah, they say you should just, it's better than, sitting, as we sit in a desk all day, every day to get up and walk. All right, take a look at this. The sun setting over America's most northern town for the last time until August.
This time lapse shows Sunday's final sunset over in Alaska, where 84 straight days of nonstop daylight are now underway. National Weather Service says the midnight sun season happens every summer when communities north of the Arctic Circle tilt towards the sun and darkness simply disappears.
And the sun won't set again there until August 2nd. That is one place I would not want to be. I think seasonal depression would set in.
So crazy.
God bless them, those who do live there.
It's so amazing to look at the time lapse too and the path of the sun.
Look at the path of it. We don't see that.
Yeah, it's just
straight down.
You don't realize it though. Next time in winter, take a look. You can actually see the angle in winter. All right, let's get a look at the forecast here. Yeah, next time in winter, take a look at, pay attention to your sun angles. It's a really interesting thing. There's a website you can go on and look at them. It's interesting. All right, let's talk about rain chances here. We're going down in rain chances now. We're about to get done with this. First of all, we have to get through tonight with our decent rain chance, and then 30% on Tuesday. Do not be surprised if you see pop-up rain showers Tuesday afternoon and evening. The HRRR forecast model has been very consistent in that, and something we'll keep an eye on. So we're keeping a 30%, but then we're pretty much done here. And as we head through the weekend, it looks like a quiet one. By early next week, it looks like we return into kind of a summertime pattern with pop-up showers possible. All right, here's the high-res model. There's your rain that you can see here moving in. It's done a good job with initializing and looking at where the rain is now. So we have some extra development. Then around 10 o'clock, it's pretty much much widespread south of Highway 84 for rain. Some areas of heavy rain and thunder, some areas of light to moderate rain, some areas seeing nothing. However, a majority of us are at least in light to moderate rain. You can see this continues through the overnight period, and then by Tuesday morning, a few showers are left over, and we will see that we keep summer lingering around the morning before things wrap up. Severe weather outlook for tomorrow. That was supposed to be today's outlook. Today's outlook does clip a very, very small portion of our area, but it's a low-end threat. And then you can see here the flash flooding potential, especially near the coast here. I do think we could see some decently heavy rain. And the high-res models are showing some pretty impressive totals here. Looking at the legend, if you break orange here in this legend, that's 4 inches. So some areas that really get a high rainfall rate in a heavy thunderstorm could see some really decent totals. That would also help us out with the drought. Here's the drought monitor. This update does not include some of the rain that we've had. I expect it to improve soon. We have to wait a while for the numbers to get in there. So here's a warm week ahead. After this, temperatures going up into the middle and upper 80s, and I think that doesn't go anywhere. Here's that long-range outlook. Warmer than average temperatures expected the 8 to 14-day period. So, long story short, we're about to settle into a bit of a summertime pattern here. It's dry for the weekend, but then early next week, some scattered showers do return.
I'm Sarah Wall. Today on In Depth, we are talking about a reminder from health to verify any health information that you get online. New options are constantly emerging when it comes to health, and they want to make sure the information is legit. And there are some new initiatives that supporters say are needed to keep people safe. You can check it all out on In Depth with Sarah Wall. It's on our Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app, our Fox 10 Facebook page, and on Fox 10 TV.
100 years old. Life still works out 3 times. Susan Young says, life is simple. Keep moving.
Miss Susan Young Brown, in her own way, one of the first members of Modern Mature Center. She's been here since 1973. Inside the Senior Community Center, Brown is likely most senior.
100.
And yes, help. I 19 and how grew up during section or electricity were for after graduating in 1945, 30 in a schoolhouse.
And I walked around the classroom for 30 years, and I'm not.
She is known for her sense of humor.
I guess I'm very good material for men.
Her grandchildren and grandchildren, who are all lucky enough to enjoy the famous pound cake, but only on special occasions.
Butter in the pan.
A 7-pound cake to her front row seat at a birthday party attended more than 130 people, including Governor Myers. Brown continues to make an entrance everywhere she goes.
I grow old gracefully.
Someone who's lived more than a century, the perfect birthday gift, her very own reserved parking spot for drivers over 100.
See you later.
I just want to kudos to her. Keep moving. 108 years old. Wow.
She's better than I do. It's impressive. All right, we have more coming up.
We'll be right back.
This is Steve Alexander of some of the stories we're following. Mobile police this afternoon released some new information on a shooting Friday afternoon on Highland Avenue. They've identified the man killed. Also, we now know more about that stabbing that sent tonight. Mobile police say a man stabbed his mother and brothers. We'll have details on that. Dacia Smith covering a special story in Escambia County, Florida, a memorial ceremony honoring deputies who were killed in the line of duty. Stephen Moody covering a rally in Mardi Gras Park today, the issue, affordable child care. And if you happen to be heading to Gulf Shores, Orange Beach this week, where in those areas, might want to plan ahead because AlDOT has a temporary detour in place on the Beach Express, and there's some things that you probably need to know because you know what traffic is like down there. Hal Shurik will have that.
All right, do you think you can sing the national anthem better than anybody else?
Fox 10 and our parent company, Gray Media, want to find out. The Star Spangled Banner Sing-Off is now open through May 31st. Submit your best a cappella rendition for a and an all-expenses-paid trip to Nashville.
Head to fox10tv.com to enter. The link is at the top of the page. Nicholas, have you entered yet?
This is a singing competition. I am not fit to do a singing competition.
Oh.
This is not an easy piece to sing.
Okay. You could play it, though.
I could find an arrangement and get it done.
How many instruments could you play? Can you play?
I can play most brass instruments. I can't play high brass well, like trumpet I'm not good at, but
You could play it and somebody else could sing it.
Yes.
You're saying that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you are the one singing it. Submit it in. We want to hear it. Hopefully you'll win. Good luck, and we'll see you at 4.
No small feat.
The forecast area, as we look at the areas on the Mississippi coast, you can see some light green there. There's a large area of rain out over the Gulf, and so far that is staying out over the Gulf, but a little piece of it may be trying to come into southern Mobile County. This is really light stuff. Really what I expect to happen is that we're going to see some showers and thunderstorms that are just going to develop in place here across northern Mobile County and northern Baldwin County. And what we're seeing here on our modeling is we should ramp up in a pretty good way over the next 2 or 3 hours. Already starting to see the beginnings of that right now. We've got a thunderstorm between Creola and Mount Vernon near Axis here. It's pretty much sitting in place, and it is producing some recent lightning strikes. We're also looking at a storm out Lott Road here. This is going to be out around Malone Road and Lott Road, and that's basically sitting in place. And so it looks like a little band maybe trying to set up here, maybe another one forming up in far southeast Greene County. We also have these light showers over the Gulf, which are getting a little closer to Dauphin Island. This is really light stuff here, but some sprinkles are possible. So you can see what the futurecast is doing. By 6 o'clock, it shows thunderstorms basically developing in place here and continuing to lift northward and inland through the evening hours. It should be pretty rainy for places like Mobile and Pensacola at the 9 o'clock hour, and the showers and thunderstorm chances are going to continue through the night. It should be a rainy night for our area. The totals will be a lot lighter to the north, but we could still see some activity with showers and storms tomorrow morning. So more on all of this as it develops, and your extended forecast for the rest of the work week is coming up.
All right, Jason, we will see you in just a few. We'll meet your candidates for Alabama's Democratic gubernatorial primary. Election day is just 8 days away. Alabama is an open primary state, so are the candidates who will be available for those who select a Democratic ballot this cycle. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro joins us live in the Capitol studio. And Jessica, you sat down with all of these candidates. What did you take away from those conversations?
Each one has a different platform, different focuses, different ways that they say that they would be the correct person to move Alabama forward and make the state a better place to live in. Now, one of the common threads that I heard throughout all of these interviews was affordability, making sure that Alabamians can afford to live, making health care more accessible across the state. But each candidate brings a different background and a message for voters.
I talk about where I'm going to be day 1, day 30, 60, 90, 180, and even 365. With measurable results, goals that people can see.
I want to save the party that I know and remember what the party was about, the Democratic Party of great people.
I haven't just started 6 or 8 months ago in pushing the campaign. I've been campaigning for 5 years.
If people will get past the partisanship that we've got right now and just look at the records then I feel really good about where we're going to be in this, not just the primary, but in November.
You're going to get a working class citizen that is one of you, a guy that takes no, that has had to fight and work harder than anybody in this campaign to build our base.
I won't be trying to hide things from people. I'll tell you like it is, and you won't have to wonder why I'm doing something, because I'll tell you.
The full interviews with all of the gubernatorial candidates who agreed to do an interview from both sides of the aisle will be online later this evening. Live in Montgomery, Jessica Umber, Fox 10 News.
All right, Jessica, thank you. And we should mention that 3 Republicans are running for governor: Senator Tommy Tuberville, Ken McPheeters, and Will Santovisi. We've spoken with 2 candidates in this race. A representative with Tuberville's team did not take the offer for an interview. The other 2 candidates say they want Republican voters to consider. McPheeters says he wants significant changes to how politics influence your daily life. So we're talking healthcare, food production, and education, for example. Santovisi says his focus is on eliminating property taxes, overtime taxes, and gasoline taxes, and also taxes on healthy foods.
We got to stop government. I mean, so we have to get someone that's freedom loving and wants our freedoms back, and let Alabama take care of itself.
You got direct line to me, direct contact information. My goal is to bring a lot of transparency and bring the people of Alabama into Montgomery with me.
Again, you can find these interviews on our website, that is fox10tv.com.
American passengers from the cruise ship at the center of the hantavirus quarantine center in Nebraska today. Leaders there gave an update on what's next. Meanwhile, the captain of that ship offered a message of gratitude. Kava has the latest now from Washington.
Americans evacuated from the cruise ship at the center of a deadly hantavirus outbreak touched down in Omaha, Nebraska early Monday, home to a specialized quarantine unit.
Over the next several days, passengers will undergo an initial health assessment and receive guidance on next steps from the CDC experts and other partners.
Officials said 16 passengers remained at the University of Nebraska Medical Center, 1 in a biocontainment unit for care, the other 15 in quarantine for monitoring.
Everyone here is asymptomatic and afebrile and do not have a temperature at this time.
2 others are in a biocontainment unit at Atlanta's Emory University, with 1 experiencing symptoms. Passengers who remain asymptomatic will be given an option to complete a 42-day monitoring period at home or in the medical facilities. Health officials emphasize this is a variant that does not spread easily.
Let me be crystal clear. The risk of hantavirus to the general public remains very, very low.
But stops short of a guarantee it won't spread to the general public.
There are no guarantees in life. We're putting as many measures in place as possible to ensure that people are safe and healthy and we keep the community safe.
Meanwhile, in a message posted by the cruise ship's operator Monday, the ship's captain thanked the crew, passengers, and others for their support.
What moved me the most was your patience, your discipline, and also kindness that you show to each other.
At least 3 people have died from the current outbreak, according to the World Health Organization. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
New now at 4, a long detour in place as LDOT continues work on the Intracoastal Waterway Bridge roundabout.
Yeah, State Route 161 southbound at County Road 8 closed yesterday morning, and that is going to be until work is complete. Our Hal Sherrick is joining us live from that location.
Hal, what is this detour and how long will the road be closed?
Well, guys, this is State Route 161. We all know it as the Beach Express. And County Road 8, right at the new Gulf Shores High School, which is just right here, is as far as southbound traffic can go right now. So if you're headed on into Orange Beach, you'll have to find some way to get over to Highway 59, either before now or as soon as you get to County Road 8. So this is part of the final phase of this project, which will result in 2 lanes of traffic going both directions on separate bridges. The new bridge is already open. The detour takes drivers south on Highway 59 to County Road 4, back to the new road intersection, and then over the new bridge to Canal Road. Hope you followed that. It's a fairly lengthy detour, but AlDOT tells me they coordinated with the cities of Gulf Shores and Orange Beach and timed it where there would be the least impact on beach traffic.
The
bottom line is that the ultimate goal here is to move as much traffic as we possibly can, as safely as we can, on and off the island in the best way possible. And this is designed to do that. You may see some temporary lane closures, what should be 2 lanes, maybe 1 lane for 1 day or 2 days until they complete what's intended to be completed right there in front of the wharf.
So while the roads will not be open for a little while, this detour is going to be in place for a few days, but the actual work to complete the project, we're still a few weeks out from that. We'll need some patience still. As a matter of fact, as I came north over what we know is the old toll bridge, north of the island, there's already 1 lane of traffic there. It's closed down with some construction, periodic stoppage. So be prepared also if you're heading north. I just figured I'd throw that in there. Now, as for the timeline on this detour south, it's weather dependent, I'm told, but they hope to have it done possibly by Wednesday afternoon. Now, you'll hear from someone who lives along that detour route on County Road 4, get their take on it coming up at 5 o'clock. Reporting live in Orange Beach, Hal Sherrick, Fox 10 News.
All right, taking a look out there at the roadways right now. Traffic moving along well in Mobile. We do expect to see rain developing over the next couple of days, which could impact travel. Right now, some hours. We do have some rain on Highway 43 near Axis, but no delays. I-10 out towards the Mississippi line and eastbound, westbound looks good here. I'm not seeing any delays, which is a positive sign. That's not too unusual for a Monday. We do have some slowdown southbound and northbound, but especially southbound around the outlet malls in Foley and going to Pensacola. Everything looks pretty good. A little bit slow westbound on I-10 between 110 and Highway 29. Bay bridges are in good shape. We'll have another traffic update as we get closer to the 5 o'clock rush hour.
Sounds good, Jason. Also ahead on Fox News at 4, I think $100,000 means you're set. A new study suggests where you can live can actually shrink that 6-figure paycheck, and fast. We'll show you how far it really goes. Plus, a crash leaves a motorcycle dangling from a traffic light. Are you looking at this? And a senior prank turns a high school parking lot into cattle corral. We've got quite the stories coming up in today's Take a Look at This. First, a peek outside, moderate surf conditions or yellow flags today. If you're heading to the beach, a reminder, watch out for those sea turtle nests. Stay close, the news continues. $100,000 sounds like a dream salary. A new study from Consumer Affairs finds how fast that money can disappear depending on the city. Consumer investigator Rachel DePompa is breaking down how far a 6-figure salary actually goes these days. Is this watching your wallet?
We hear it all the time. If I made 6 figures, I'd be set. But a new Consumer Affairs report says it really depends on your zip code. Dana Edens with Consumer Affairs looked beyond the milestone and instead focused on how much $100,000 really gets you after taxes and how does your paycheck really stretch.
We started with the flat $100,000 annual salary. We calculated estimated take-home pay by subtracting your federal income taxes, your Social Security, your Medicare. And then we did state by state. So we factored in state and local taxes because some places you kind of hit double whammy there.
Some cities, a $100,000 salary went far, but in places like San Francisco, that salary was really like you were making $62,000 a year. She says it's so important to do your own research where you live to see how far your money really travels.
Just keep in mind, is the city going to be affordable? When you get that job offer, $100,000, you're like, wow, this is the one for me. Actually, maybe look on Zillow, look online, housing market, see what the rent price is like, see if you can actually make that work. There are some cost of living and regional price parity calculators out there. Throw your salary in with the city and see what pops out.
Also, she says if your state doesn't have a state income tax, that doesn't automatically mean you're better off. She says sometimes those low income taxes can be offset by really high housing costs, property taxes, and insurance premiums. With this wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
All right, looking out there right now, we do have some clouds building up to the north, and these are thunderstorms that are up Highway 43 right now. You can see it with our live Dolphins cam right now. Let's take a look at the maps. I want to show you what's on the way. We've got rain developing here, and so there's a broad shield of rain out over the Gulf. Some of this may stay over the Gulf, but we're starting to see some thunderstorms developing in place here as we look at Mobile County, where most of the action's along Highway 43, starting to see some activity near Highway 45 and Lott Road. It looks like there's a band of rain trying to set up here. It's going to be basically from Georgetown or a little north of there to Chunchula, and then thunderstorms here above Callioca Road a little bit here north of Saraland, and you can see it's a pretty sizable thunderstorm. It is back building here towards Chunchula, so we do have some activity starting to pop up now on radar after what's been relatively a quiet day. There are some very light showers trying to spread toward. I'm seeing a weekend with far have some shower activity trying to push in to the southern part of the area. Gulf, and what we see is that we should have an uptick in activity as we go through the evening. It will be to wind down some as we head into tomorrow, and we'll get some drier weather in here, and we should be totally sunny again by Wednesday. How much rain will we see? Looks like some areas near the coast could pick up some significant totals, and area wide, hey, we could get another inch of rain. It may be a little bit more locally heavy, and I do expect it to be lighter to the north, but more rain is on the way for our area. It looks to clear tomorrow about lunchtime. By noon, but into the afternoon, our chances are much lower. Drier air comes in, and the rest of the work week does look dry as we finish out the forecast here. That's a look at it through the afternoon with plenty of sun. So checking out our outlook, you can see the rest of the week, maybe some morning showers tomorrow, a high of 84. We're starting to see some warmer days here, a little bit toasty, highs to the upper 80s on Wednesday and Thursday, lows in the 60s. We should stay through the weekend. I'll have your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Jason. A crash in a Canadian town sends a motorcycle airborne. You will not believe where it ended up.
Jerry Rott's going to tell us, I bet. Let's take a look at this.
Motorists in Canada were no doubt puzzled by the surreal sight of a motorcycle left dangling from a traffic light above a Metro Vancouver intersection. Delta police say it was the aftermath of a collision between the motorcycle and another vehicle. Speed was a factor in the crash. CTV reports the driver of the bike was left with serious but non-threatening injuries. The car's driver was uninjured. Crash caught on camera in Georgia, although this one was purposefully to end a lengthy chase involving a speeding and swerving U-Haul. According to WSB, Paulding County Sheriff's authorities say the driver was wanted on violations in other counties and was spotted driving recklessly. Video shows the U-Haul hitting one truck and nearly several other vehicles as officials gave chase, eventually performing a pit maneuver which toppled the truck and brought the chase to an end. Deputies say drugs were found inside the vehicle and the suspect was taken into custody. Finally, from U-Hauls to Who-Hauls, as in who hauls a bunch of livestock to a high school parking lot? Before you realize how truly bad a segue that was, I'll go ahead and answer the question. A bunch of mischievous teens, that's who. News Channel Nebraska says a group of students at Valentine High School pulled out all the stops, recreating a full cattle corral complete with heifers, fencing, and a shed as an elaborate senior prank. The school's principal had no beef with the pranksters, saying they obtained permission prior to pulling it off. He says he supports senior pranks as long as they are safe and within limits. As far as gags go, it's not the craziest I've ever seen, but it's easily number 2. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Oh, Jeremy. Two Hollywood A-listers production company is being sued for its latest Netflix project. Who's suing them and what they want from the studio? That's in your entertainment news next.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
Welcome back. Two members of Miami's law enforcement are suing actors Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's production company, which is called Artist Equity.
Yeah, Jonathan Santana and Jason Smith allege its Netflix film The Rip damages their reputations. The movie's inspiration is the 2016 Miami Lakes drug case, the largest cash seizure in South Florida history.
Santana and Smith are credited with solving the case when they worked for former Miami-Dade Police Department. Their attorney says the movie makes them look like dirty cops. Santana says it falsely implies they stole the money involved in the case.
The lawsuit also contends they should have been consultants for the film. Entertainment Weekly says it reached out to representatives for Affleck and Damon and Artist Equity, and it said it did not receive a comment by its deadline. We want to just kind of put this clarification out there. We're not talking about our chief meteorologist, Jason Smith.
No, absolutely not. Jason probably didn't even see The Rip.
No, he probably
It's
don't
streaming,
watch the movie.
by the way, Jason, on Netflix.
Oh, I might check it out.
Yeah, it's actually a good movie.
It is.
It was a huge success, and it came out with like no publicity. It just showed up streaming there, and I think, don't quote me on this, that they call it Artist Equity because after the movie makes so much money, they then donate the proceeds or they give the proceeds back to every single person involved, not just the actors, but like members of the production company too. You saw this movie.
I did. It was really good. It made you think who's telling the truth, who's lying.
Right.
But that is interesting to know, you know, these two guys, if they have a leg to stand on.
But I don't think that, well, and like you said, it makes you think about what you would do. And that's what I thought when I saw the movie. I'm like, gosh, what would I do? And I don't want to give anything away, so I'll just leave it at that because it will give something away.
When you talk about that kind of money, though, that is, you've got to be strong in your beliefs and doing the right thing because that is a lot of cash.
Oh, it was a lot.
All right, summer movie season is fast approaching.
And Shelby movies in their second weekend, so you know, are still performing well, like Devil Wears Prada 2, which was #1 at the box office this weekend, over the newcomer Mortal Kombat. And then also Michael in its third weekend was #3 at the box office.
And you've seen two of those, right?
I did. I saw Devil Wears Prada 2 and Michael. So now I'm asking what's ahead. I wish we had some popcorn because I'd grab some as we looked at Rick Damagella with a rundown.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
The Force may be strong Memorial Day weekend as The Mandalorian and Grogu drop out of hyperspace and into cinemas.
I now pronounce you husband and knife.
June looks to be the busiest month at the movies, with Toy Story 5 among the high-profile releases. It's joined by Masters of the Universe, horror comedy Scary Movie, Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day, and the next movie in the DC universe, Supergirl.
The Minions are back with a touch of mystery.
Buddy. Bello, the Minions head back to theaters in July in Minions and Monsters. The 7th month on the calendar will also see the release of the live-action Moana remake, along with Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day, marking the first MCU movie release in a year.
Have you been horribly injured by a product made by the Acme Corporation?
It's not your fault. Fans of Wile E. Coyote's Super Genius won't have to wait much longer for the courtroom comedy Coyote vs. Acme, which arrives at the end of August. Other big screen fare opening in August include Super Troopers 3 and the animated adventure Paw Patrol: The Dino Movie. Getting reserved seats, extra popcorn, and enjoying the air conditioning in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
That's a long list.
Yes, it is. I cannot wait until Toy Story 5 comes out. Hopefully it's going to be Baker's first movie at the theaters. So we're going to go.
Oh, that'll be you'll have to take pictures. Make a whole big thing of it.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be for sure. All right, next up on Fox 2 News at 4, we're going to take a look at those stories headlining the news at 5.
And then this.
Sometimes we may not think of childcare as being a community issue, but it really is a community issue.
Yeah, families and providers filling Mardi Gras Park today demanding changes to make childcare affordable. what they're asking for, and the president's new initiative in that direction. This is Fox 10 News at 4.
And we're keeping an eye on the beach forecast. We will have some showers down at the beach tomorrow, especially in the morning. Temperatures in the upper 70s. It looks like better beach weather with a low rip current risk for the rest of the week.
Welcome back in. Our crews are working at this very moment to make sure breaking news updates and follow-ups are all finished for Fox 10 News at 5.
And first tonight, a hearing for several people in connection to that shooting. It left a person dead and another hurt. Your breakdown of what happened in court tonight at 5.
Also, in honor of National Police Week, Escambia County is honoring men and women who wear the badge. How they celebrated those who put their lives on the line every day at 5. And Memorial Day is 2 weeks away. There's a national movement dedicated to honoring fallen heroes that's making stops on the Gulf Coast. How you can participate when Fox News at 5 starts in less than 30 minutes from right now.
All right, taking a look at the traffic situation right now. It's moving pretty good. We'll check it again as we get closer to the 5 o'clock hour, but I like the trends here. We're also monitoring radar here on the Fox 10 weather app, and presently we are looking at some showers and even a couple of thunderstorms. We've had some lightning strikes here up Highway 43. The main area of rain is out over the Gulf, but it will be working in. Let's check our maps, and I want to show you what's happening here. You can see the shower activity lifting to the north and east here, coming up out of southeastern Louisiana, but also some showers and some pop-up storms developing in place along Highway 43, Highway 45, and Lott Road in Mobile County. And I expect this to continue to develop and build into something a little bit bigger than it is right now. What we're seeing here is from near the Satsuma area, maybe a little bit north up towards Axis, back across Celeste Road and almost to Chunchula here, we've got a pretty sizable thunderstorm. And I would love to put up a storm track and show you which way it's moving, but it's basically just sitting still. So this is a gully washer. There's no doubt about it. And we're going to continue to see some rain there. It's also building in the direction of Chunchula here. We've got a little piece of it here along Lott Road. So pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Clear in Mobile for now. There is a large area of light rain here along the Mississippi coast, which is holding together. So we're starting to get some light showers around Pascagoula, Viola Battery, Dolphin Island. We've got rain spreading in from the west end. This will continue to fill in and may advance up along I-10 as we go into the evening, and the Futurecast is showing that. So by 9 o'clock, it shows showers and thunderstorms and some rain even near the coast. It looks like the southern half of the area is going to get the most rain out of this tonight. It could be pretty active around midnight tonight. The severe potential is low, but what we will be expecting will be some areas with some locally heavy rain. And we've been getting plenty of rain lately. We've got some more happening out there through at least tomorrow morning. We'll check out your extended forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Jason, thank you. It's the beginning of ALS Awareness Week, and officials in the Detroit community gather for a ceremony in campus to kick it off. ALS is a progressive and fatal neurodegenerative disease with no known cure. This disease leads to the loss of control over muscles, which causes progressive weakness, difficulty breathing, and even paralysis. Health experts say many of those diagnosed with this illness typically die within 2 to 5 years after getting diagnosed. The campaign hopes to inspire action and honor the strength of individuals and families affected by ALS.
We are here with boots on the ground with our ALS clinics. We have 2 in the greater Detroit area, and they are supported by the funds that we raise from our walk. But that doesn't happen without the community getting involved. But we're able to offer families everything from equipment needs to voice banking to helping doing virtual home assessments, genetics testing, and so much more.
According to the CDC, about 5,000 to 5,600 people in the U.S. are diagnosed with ALS yearly, which averages to about 15 new cases daily.
A rally in Mobile shining some light on the high cost of childcare and the impact it's having on families everywhere. The Day Without Childcare rally bringing together parents, providers, and advocates at Mardi Gras Park. Fox 10's Stephen Moody with the details.
Parents, child care providers, and advocates gathered at Mardi Gras Park Monday for the Day Without Child Care rally. The event was hosted by the Alabama Movement for Child Care, an initiative of the Alabama Institute for Social Justice. Organizers say the goal was to bring attention to the rising cost of child care and the financial strain it's putting on many families.
Sometimes we may not think of child care as being a community issue, but it really is a community issue. It impacts everyone. So if you don't have child care, you're unable to go to work. If you can't go to work, that impacts the economy. When that impacts the economy, the whole community actually suffers. So it really is a community affair, and this is why we encourage everyone to come out, get involved, get educated, and help us to advocate for increased resources for child care.
Participants listened to several speakers, including lawmakers, and their experiences with helping families avoid the challenge of finding and affording quality child care. Organizers say for some working parents, monthly child care costs can exceed what they bring home in a month, especially as everything gets more and more expensive.
That's what we're contending with, not only here in Mobile, but across the state of Alabama and across the entire country, which is why we're advocating for increased public funding for child care, but also universal child care for the nation, because no one should have to pay as much for child care as they do to have a roof over their heads.
Organizers say Monday's rally is just one step in a longer push for more support, and they're urging families and providers to keep sharing their stories with lawmakers. In Mobile, Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
Today, we're also enacting groundbreaking child care reforms to improve federal child care programs, including Head Start and Child Care Development Fund that goes to each state. It's big stuff. These reforms will give states more flexible, lower costs, increase options, and empower parents to choose what care works best for them. There's a lot of options that you're going to have under this plan.
President Trump highlighting his administration's efforts in advancing maternal health and supporting motherhood. The administration launching a website titled moms.gov on Mother's Day. Resources on the website range from adoption assistance and nutrition facts to mental health resources. Moms.gov also assists with parents facing difficult or unexpected pregnancies. The site also encourages parents to enroll their children in government tax-deferred investment accounts and find prescription medications on the Trump RX website.
When we return, we're highlighting a child ready for their forever home. We've got this week's Hope for a Home next. Saying no to delicious but unhealthy foods can be a challenge, but today's different.
Okay, today's National Eat What You Want Day. The day comes around every year on May 11th, which is today. And your invitation, I guess, to indulge a little. It's meant for people to have a day to maybe have a little more instead of adhering to a strict diet without food guilt.
Think of it as a way of satisfying a sweet tooth or the munchies. To celebrate, go ahead, treat yourself to your favorite dessert or snack. You can even share your indulgence on social media with the hashtag #EatWhatYouWantDay.
What would you eat?
Oh, goodness.
If calories did not matter ever, never, what would you eat?
I feel like I could almost eat half a dozen original glazed donuts.
Really?
Yeah. What
Original
about you?
glaze. I'm not a donut person. I would but I do this anyway. I don't, because my diet already, I feel is restricted enough. Like I don't eat meat. I haven't eaten meat since I was 16. So I eat everything else I want. But if I didn't worry about calories, like if I didn't have to think, oh, you're gonna have to get on the treadmill, then I would probably eat all the cheesecake, all the truffle.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Fries of any kind. And some ranch. In my case, I like to dip them in ranch.
You know, I've told you this, I've never had ranch.
Gosh, come on, girl. You gotta, welcome to the South. It's been long enough.
Yeah, I'm still from Detroit, though.
I
It's
know.
Campus Martius Park, though.
Campus Martius, I did. When I looked up, I was like, oh, Lanice is gonna get me for that one. Martius Park. Jason. Jeez.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna eat?
What are you indulging in?
Some pop?
Yeah, I ate a late lunch and I'm not hungry. Ask me in a couple of hours.
He doesn't eat sweets. You don't even eat sweets. So.
Right, I'm not a big sweet person. Let's take a look at what's happening out there right now. We do have some rain moving in, so if you're thinking about going out and eating what you want, you need to do that in the next hour or so because rain is spreading in towards the forecast area. Here's what we have going on as we zoom in here. You can see showers and thunderstorms are developing already here in central and northern Mobile County, and this is basically in a line from near Satsuma on the north end of Satsuma all the way back across to near Chunchula, kind of in that Roberts Road, Celeste Road area. and then back over to Lott Road. So we've got a pretty good band of rain going on here. It's not moving much. So if you get underneath this thing, it may produce a quick ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain, maybe more. Also, we've got light rain starting to spread in across the southern part of the county. So some showers coming in across Mississippi Sound, now starting to get some very light rain at Dolphin Island and for by La Battery. Also, we've got these showers trying to creep up towards Grand Bay. Already starting to see some rain a little further south, and most of Jackson County, Mississippi getting the light rain. And the Futurecast indicates that everything will basically pop in place and move into the area and be pretty much across the southern half of the area, if not a little bit more, through about 9 o'clock. It's a very high rain chance for tonight. We've got about a 70 to 80% chance of rain tonight. So we're going to have some rain around. Showers and thunderstorms likely. A few spots may get locally heavier amounts. This is what it's showing at midnight. Then into the early morning hours tomorrow, it'll start to taper off a little, but we will still have some widely scattered showers on our Tuesday. So we can't totally shake the rain until Wednesday, and we will be dry by Wednesday. Here is your extended forecast, and temperatures stay warmer once we get through with the rain. Mid-80s tomorrow, then 87 on Wednesday and Thursday, 86 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The mornings will still be reasonably comfortable, but the afternoons will be a little bit toasty, and we don't see rain Wednesday through Sunday. So we had rain this weekend. Next weekend, I don't expect as much. Things look quieter in your forecast. We'll check it again on Fox 10 News at 5.
Continuing our special series today, Hope for a Home. Fox 10 is partnering with Heart Gallery Alabama to find families for some very special children. Heart Gallery Alabama is a nonprofit organization dedicated to finding forever families for children in Alabama's foster care system. Today, we want you to meet Aaliyah.
My honesty.
That's what 15-year-old Aaliyah believes makes her a good friend. The high school freshman is quiet, but loves to get to know people.
One-on-one.
Aaliyah's favorite color is pink. Her favorite holiday is Christmas. And given the chance to travel, she would love to visit
New York. Get their pizza.
But pizza actually isn't her favorite food.
I like tacos.
Aaliyah also likes to give back.
Help the homeless people.
She has plans to go to college, and even though she's only 15, she already knows what she wants to do for her career.
Mortician just interests me.
A goal she would love to share with a forever family. If you want to learn more about Heart Gallery Alabama's program or how to adopt a child from the foster care system, we have a link for you on our website, fox10tv.com, giving you a chance to complete your family and make dreams come true for a special child. You can watch this story and any of the other Hope for a Home stories we have done on our Fox 10 News Gulfstream TV app.
All right, and speaking of the Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app, I am pulling it up for you right here to show you some of all the content that we have here. Sports, our Investigate TV segment, Aging Untold, so much content here. And as Sarah mentioned, you can also find all of the Hope for Home stories that we have done. And there are so many children that we've had the opportunity to highlight. And this is where you can find that in addition to your latest weather forecast and also some content from our News Vault. So a great resource to have. It's the Fox 10 Gulfstream app. All you have to do is search for it on your smart TV and download it to enjoy. Well, the countdown continues for the FIFA World Cup. We're going to take you inside a local pub where soccer turns sunrise into a standing room only match day. Exactly 30 days from the World Cup.
Yes, we are. It's FIFA World Cup Soccer. The tournament plays out in 11 U.S. cities in June.
Our goal is to teach you how the sport works. If you're not familiar, reporter Alex Flippin is showing you why soccer fan culture may have you up early and exercising your voice box.
6 in the morning, too early for a lot of things, except maybe coffee or toast. And I think even most Americans would agree it's too early for sports.
Believe it or not, though, for some soccer fans, this is prime time.
Inside the Londoner pub,
We have a White Rock Pub Ale, so
Emma Heim is working her game day shift. But it doesn't look like just any game day.
this place was shoulder to shoulder at 10 a.m. Crazy.
Because technically, it's not a game day. It's match day.
Depending on who is playing that day, they'll come in, they'll huddle around the TV, and they'll just be chanting whatever they normally chant in the stadiums. And so it's just crazy to be able to see.
Being a server on any game day comes with challenges.
I had to realize how to bob and weave between people.
But match day at the pub comes with its own special set. Games from London, Madrid, Manchester all happen on their clock, not ours.
We open at 8, depending on match days. If match days open or have it before 8 o'clock, then we'll normally open at 6:30.
And as peaceful and quiet as an early Saturday morning can sometimes be, peace and quiet are not what soccer fans bring. The songs aren't just noise. They're rehearsed, passed down, team-specific.
Each team has their own thing, right? So you have songs that they 100% like change the lyrics for, absolutely catered to the team that they're supporting and everything.
And the scarves aren't just merch. They're flags, identity, a way to show who you are in a room full of people doing the same thing.
Oh, God.
People like Rachel Schwab, who traveled almost 1,500 miles to compete in an Ironman race on Sunday, but woke up early on Saturday to support her team, Arsenal FC, playing nearly 5,000 miles away in London.
Anywhere I go, I look for the Arsenal bar.
In fact, she plans her trips around where she can watch because, like she said,
Wherever I am, really, trying to find the Arsenal bar, usually. Like the atmosphere, the songs, it just makes it 100 times better. It's so fun. I love it. I love it.
Here you go, guys.
and for Emma, it's fans like Rachel that make match day at the pub feel so different.
Being able to feel that culture and community whenever they do that chant, it's makes you want to join in, even though you have no clue what's going on or what's happening.
Not just watching, but almost performing. Because in soccer, the game isn't just on the screen. It's in the room. The chants, the songs, the rituals. You can watch a game on your couch, or you can sing it.
Oh, good. Don't ask me to sing that.
With a room full of people who already know the words. With photographer extraordinaire Vince Parker, for Football Frenzy, I'm Alex Flippen.
Myers has been working on this story. Shelby, you just heard from Chickasaw's police chief.
Yeah, I did, Lenise and Cameron. Chief Chip Parker tells me Officer Johnny Duvall is on leave and an internal investigation is underway. The chief says department policy prevents him from commenting further on the personnel matter. This is Duvall's mugshot. He turned himself in Friday and was booked on a misdemeanor criminal trespassing first charge. He bonded out about an hour later. Now, according to court documents, in October of 2025, Duvall is accused of knowingly entering or remaining unlawfully in a dwelling. Duvall has been with the Chickasaw Police Department for about 4 years. And before joining Chickasaw Police, Duvall served with the Mobile Police Department, where he was named Officer of the Month in 2015 and 2017. He is expected back in court June 3rd. We're hoping to learn more details in this case. In the studio tonight, Shelby Myers, Fox 10 News.
All right.